Hello everybody and welcome to the Key Stage 1 production of A Midwife Crisis. We're sorry that we can't have you into school this year, but we hope you enjoy our virtual production from the comfort of your own home. Sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Once there was a very busy, very important midwife. She was the best midwife from Nazareth to Bethlehem and had delivered all sorts of important babies, and some who were not so important, but they all had one thing in common. They all needed her. All babies need me. One evening she was busy knitting when suddenly... Beep, 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 beep. Oh, Papa, where did I leave my mobile? Here it is. Donkeys are so good at finding it, and especially this one. Thank you, Steve. Where would I be without you? The midwife had a text message. She began to read it, and as she did, her excitement grew. There was a special baby due to be born in Bethlehem that very night, a king no less. Saddle up, Steve. We have to hurry. We don't want to miss the birth of an important king. Where to, boss? To Bethlehem, Paris. Quick on the double. We don't want to miss. Steve the donkey stopped. He scratched his head. He didn't think there was a palace in Bethlehem. He certainly never heard of one. Are you sure that's where we should be looking, boss? Yes, all kings are born in palaces. Everybody knows that. Steve the donkey was convinced. But nobody ever listens to a donkey. Quick as a flash, they hurried into the night, and before they knew it, they arrived in Bethlehem. But what a lot of people! The Emperor Caesar Augustus had ordered a census to be taken throughout the Roman Empire, so everyone had to go to their own town to be registered. The midwife and Steve were squeezed and squashed, hustled and bustled, shoved and squished. They couldn't see a palace anywhere. Excuse me, sirs? We are census takers. We are very busy and very important. We hope you're not going to waste our time. You're not tourists, are you? I'm here for the census. The what? No, please, could you direct us to Bethlehem, Paris? A palace? Here. I told you they were tourists. We're way too important for this silly nonsense. We have vital work for Caesar. The midwife and Steve continued searching for a palace in Bethlehem, but everyone in Bethlehem was so busy that nobody would stop to help them. The midwife was getting worried. She didn't want to miss the birth of a baby king, and she knew that he needed her there. Finally, they decided to knock on the door. Let's try this one. It looks like an inn. They're bound to be welcoming. Steve wasn't so sure about that. But nobody ever listens to a donkey. No one's at the head. No one's at the end. Don't worry, dear. I'll deal with this. No one at the inn. No one at the inn, I say. They tried to explain what they didn't need a room. They needed directions, but the innkeeper and his wife weren't listening. We told you we're fully booked, so you'll have to just find somewhere else. Good day. How rude. Anyone else this and I might have one of my funny turns. Oh no, none of a midwife crisis. The midwife was getting worried. She had never missed that important birthday before. But then Steve had a brilliant idea. I have a brilliant idea. Why don't we try and find someone who looks like they live in a palace? Steve, I'm thinking. But nobody ever listens to a donkey. That's it, I've got a brilliant idea. Why don't we find somebody who looks like they live in a palace? Brilliant idea. But where to start looking? They looked high, they looked low, they looked sideways, they looked long ways, and then, just when they were about to give up... Oh, I wonder if they know where to find a palace. I think they could. There's even 3 of them. That's the thing of kings. Wait all day for one, and 3 come out all at once. Wise men are we, 1, 2, 3, out to the map, to the nature of the sea. Traveling far, following the star, but which way now we just can't agree. Is it left? Is it right? Is it up or down or to the side? Is it left? Is it right? We must get there tonight. 1, 2, 3, onto the maps and the nature of the sea. Traveling far, following the star, but which way now we just can't agree. Is it left? Is it right? Is it up or down or to the side? Is it left? Is it right? We must get there tonight. Wise men are we, 1, 2, 3, on with our maps and the nature. Traveling far, following a star, but which way now we just can't agree. The midwife suddenly had another brilliant idea. Could we borrow a sat nav, please? Steve stopped and scratched his head. Surely they should keep following the star. It'll tell us where the palace is, Steve. Steve wasn't so sure. But what a brilliant idea! Absolutely fantastic. I hadn't thought of using the royal sat nav. What a surprise! But when they used it... Oh no! What problem? It says there should be roundabouts right here, but there isn't. Look, everybody! Steve could clearly see the star in the sky, and it was moving. He wondered how anyone could have missed it. It was the largest, brightest, most beautiful sight he had ever seen. I'm shining as bright. So the three wise men followed the star. Why don't we follow them too, boss? It seemed obvious to Steve that they should follow the star too, but the midwife had other ideas. I don't have time to follow a star. They went up the hills to get a clear view of Bethlehem. But I'm in a hurry, Steve. Up into the hills above Bethlehem. They went, and when they finally got to the top, the view was spectacular. They could see for miles and miles, but there was no palace. Coming through! Stand aside! Make way! Excuse me? Let's rock this joint. Music maestro! A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. The sheep upon the hilltop, and the woolly jumpers on looking over Bethlehem, I'll sing a little song. Oh, mama, Bethlehem, we'll pass tomorrow bar again. Bar is what we do for one, so bar together, everyone. Sitting up on the hilltop, and the woolly jumpers on, round and round Bethlehem, singing a little song. Oh, Bethlehem, we'll pass tomorrow bar again. Bar is what we do for fun, so bar together, everyone. I said excuse me. Well, why didn't you say so? May I speak to somebody in charge, please? I'm the supervisor. I'm the deputy supervisor. And I'm just a sheep. Could you direct us to Bethlehem Palace, please? Never heard of it. Oh, catastrophe. She's just having a little crisis. Oh. But nobody ever listens to a donkey. Oh, Steve, this is too hard. If only we had a sign. We are God's messengers, sending you with music for joy, with music for joy. We are God's messengers, just telling what the baby boy born in Bethlehem tonight. In a stable with a manger of hay, born in Bethlehem tonight. And Jesus is his name. Jesus is his name. We are God's messengers, sending you a message of joy, with music of joy. We are God's messengers, telling you of a baby boy, born in Bethlehem tonight. In a stable with a manger of hay, born in Bethlehem tonight. And Jesus is his name. Bethlehem tonight. In a stable with a manger of hay, born in Bethlehem tonight. And Jesus is his name. Born in Bethlehem tonight. In a stable with a manger of hay, born in Bethlehem tonight. And Jesus is his name. Yes, it is born. Jesus is his name. Yes, it is born. Jesus is his name. Don't be scared, for we bring good news. A baby has been born. God's special king.
You'll find him in a manger in Bethlehem.
They dashed to Bethlehem as fast as they could. There was no time to waste. They noticed the star in the sky more dazzling than ever and saw that it had come to rest above a stable.
Well, I never, Steve.
Hot dogs at the ready, boss!
The midwife is here.
Already lying in the manger was a newborn baby. What was a baby doing in the stable? He was unlike any baby the midwife had ever laid eyes on. She knew at once this was truly a king who didn't need riches or pomp, and especially not a palace. To be the saviour of the world. She stopped, stared, and was silent, and in a teeny tiny voice she said,
Midwife, please come over.
There's someone who wants to meet you.
What shall I call him?
Jesus.
It's funny, all evening I've been thinking he needs me, but actually the real truth is I need him. Baby Jesus, it's good to know you.
Wow, my cousin's here too.
Steve!
Nigel! Oh, you will not believe the night I've had.
Thank you for watching, and Merry Christmas from everybody in Key Stage 1.